What's up, Spud Nation? Week 13 fantasy football inching ever so closely to those playoffs. Like myself, most of you probably have playoffs starting next week, so let's finish regular season on a high note. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up. Lots of ways, guys, lots of ways. My email, Craig, C-R-A-I-G, @thesportscoach.com. You can find me on YouTube, my website, www.thesportscoach.com. Facebook, Twitter, my handle is @thesportscoach. Guys, I'm here. I'm ready to answer all your questions and get you into the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. That's what we're here for. Let's do this. All right, guys, starting with quarterback rankings. This is where we got to get our big points. Let's find the best matchups. Here we go. There are certain studs you play every week, and the number one quarterback is Tom Brady. You play Tom Brady no matter who he plays. He's got a nice matchup this week, and I love the Patriots because they just keep coming. They don't care what the score is. Brady will throw. He'll throw early. He'll throw often. He's got big weapons. So Tom Brady, the number one quarterback this week. Number two, Drew Brees. Obviously, Drew Brees is a monster. They have a huge matchup this week against Atlanta. Brees is going to look to have a huge game. So go with Drew Brees. Number three, Peyton Manning. This might be the best matchup on the board. Denver plays Tampa Bay. We all know what Tampa Bay's pass defense is. They're not good. So look for Manning to have a huge game. RG3 comes in at number 4. The guy just continues to impress. Nothing but big numbers from this guy. Look for that to continue. Number 5, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, big matchup this week. Should be a shootout versus Drew Brees. So number 5, Matt Ryan. Number 6, Aaron Rodgers. If this guy could stand up, he would be amazing. Laid on his back the entire week last week. Killed his fantasy value. Let's hope the Packers line can step up and block someone this week. Number 7, Matthew Stafford. I love the amount of passes he throws. Calvin Johnson's coming on huge. Ryan Broyles stepping up to be a premier number 2 receiver. So Stafford, number 7. Andrew Luck, number 8. The rookie's been doing it all year long. Looks solid and has a very nice matchup this week. Andy Dalton, number 9. He's got A.J. Green. Mohamed Sanu is becoming legit at number 2 receiver. Jermaine Gresham. He's got a ton of weapons, and Andy Dalton is putting together a very solid sophomore season. Number 10, Colin Kaepernick. The guy's explosive. He's got great legs. He can run like crazy. Puts the ball on the money. I love what this guy brings to the offense for the 49ers. So, Kaepernick, number 10. Number 11, Chad Henne. It wasn't a fluke 2 weeks ago. He performed well last week. And look for Henne to continue on the uptick. I love what this guy's bringing to the table. Number 12, Josh Freeman. Tough matchup this week. Freeman, still one of your premier quarterbacks, but just don't love his matchup. Number 13, Tony Romo. Missing Miles Austin this week might hurt him, but Romo has been quite successful as of late. 14, Eli Manning. Eli Manning's kind of the long shot, I guess. Struggled for an entire month, came back off that bye week and looked fantastic. So Eli Manning is a huge gamble, but at number 14, he's got nice value. Number 15, Carson Palmer. I love the volume of throws this guy has. Gives him value. Was very successful up until last week. Had a kind of a down week last week. Look for him to rebound. He'll have a nice week this week. 16, Matt Schaub. He's been red hot. 17, Cam Newton. Coming off a huge game last night. Cam Newton, he's not going to play the Philadelphia Eagles every week, but Cam Newton has slowly become a steady contributor this season. 18, Russell Wilson. 19, Phillip Rivers. 20, Jay Cutler. 21, Jake Locker. 22, Ryan Fitzpatrick. 23, Ryan Tannehill. The rest of these guys, if you're starting them, you're not making the playoffs, but let's rank them anyway. 24, Sam Bradford. 25, Joe Flacco. 26, Mark Sanchez. 27, Christian Ponder. 28, Nick Foles. 29, Brandon Weeden. 30, Ryan Lindley. 31, Charlie Batch. And 32, Brady Awful Quinn. Running backs, guys. Here we go. This is where we make our money. Arian Foster, number 1. Number 2, Adrian Peterson. Number 3, Doug Martin. Doug Martin's been special all year long. Look for that to continue. Number 4, Trent Richardson. I love his matchup this week. Cleveland is taking on Oakland. Obviously a great matchup. Trent Richardson, do your thing. Number 5, Stephen Ridley. Number 6, BenJarvus Green Ellis. Green Ellis has been red hot. I wasn't a huge fan of him halfway through the season, but production. BenJarvus Green Ellis, one of the top performers over the past couple weeks. Number 7, Ray Rice. I wish this guy would get in the end zone, but he'll get you a lot of yardage. Number 8, Marshawn Lynch. Number 9, Chris Johnson. Number 10, Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris is usually a top 5 ranked running back. Has a difficult matchup this week, but Alfred Morris is one of those premier running backs that you start no matter who they're playing. Number 11, Frank Gore. Number 12, Jamal Charles. Number 13, Beanie Wells. Beanie Wells didn't have a great game rushing last game. He had 2 touchdowns. I know that's all well and good, but yardage wasn't there. He did get him a number of touches, but I love his matchup this week, taking on a very poor run defense, and it appears he's going to get the bulk of the carries. That bodes well for Beanie Wells owners. So if you went out there and snagged him up, well done. He could be one of your starting running backs this week. 14, Marcel Reese / Darren McFadden. Who knows if McFadden's coming back, but number 14. Number 15, CJ Spiller. 16, Michael Turner. It appears it's going to be a complete timeshare in Atlanta. Turner still has good value. He runs well around the goal line, so look for Turner to still get you some fantasy points. 17, Darren Sproles. 18, Mikel LeSure. 19, LaShawn McCoy / Bryce Brown. Who knows who the starter is going to be, if McCoy is healthy or not. 20, Ryan Matthews. 21, Steven Jackson. 22, Knowshon Moreno. What a surprise. Denver rolls out a different running back. We all thought it would be Ronnie Hillman. It ended up being Knowshon Moreno. Moreno ran well. 23, Michael Bush. It appears Matt Forte will not be in the lineup. 24, Mark Ingram. 25, again, don't know if DeMarco Murray is going to play. Reports said he probably was unlikely to play. So Felix Jones gets slotted in at number 25. 26, Jacquizz Rodgers. Scored a touchdown last week. Looked good. Got more touches. Maybe they're starting to finally work this guy in on a bigger level. 27, Ahmad Bradshaw. 28, Jonathan Stewart. 29, that shambles of a running game in Jacksonville. Is it Parmalee? Is it Jennings? We'll see if Parmalee is healthy enough to go this week. Number 30, Sean Green. 31, Reggie Bush. Welcome to the end zone last week, Reggie. Led the team in carries. That seems to fluctuate on a weekly basis. Too risky for my blood. 32, Vic Ballard. 33, Shane Vereen. 34, James Starks. Again, I ranked James Starks extremely high last week. Thought he was the guy coming off a 25-touch game. And then the Packers just completely ignored him. Little frustrating for fantasy owners, but that's why he drops completely in the rankings. 35, Jonathan Dwyer. 36, Daniel Thomas. 37, Daryl Richardson. 38, Donald Brown. 39, Fred Jackson. 40, Stevens Howling. David Wilson. Alex Green, Ronnie Hillman, D'Angelo Williams. Moving on to your wide receivers. Kelvin, number 1. AJ, number 2. Number 3, Demaryius Thomas. I spoke earlier about Manning's wonderful matchup. Demaryius Thomas should continue to be a top 5 wide receiver this week. Number 4, Roddy White. Number 5, Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson has been a yardage machine as of late. If this guy could find the end zone, that would be wonderful for fantasy owners. But we'll just continue to take his bulk receptions and enjoy them. Number 6, Reggie Wayne. 7, Dez Bryant. You talk about a receiver who's been red hot. Dez Bryant is the guy. Number 8, Greg Jennings. Welcome back to Green Bay. When Jennings plays, he's their number 1. No questions asked. He's been very productive in the weeks that he's played. So I slot him right into the top 10. Number 9, Wes Welker. Number 10, Percy Harvin should return this week. And he is the all-purpose guy for Minnesota. Number 11, Brandon Marshall. Obviously, Jay Cutler's back. Marshall has value. Number 12, Julio Jones. 13, Colston. 14, Justin Blackmon. Justin Blackmon has now secured himself as a top wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3. He gets the targets. He's productive. I like Justin Blackmon a lot. 15, Randall Cobb. 16, Jordy Nelson. 17, Vincent Jackson. 18, Hakeem Nicks. 19, Denario Alexander. 20, T.Y. Hilton. Looks like he is the man in Indy at that number 2 wide receiver spot. He's been very productive for 3 weeks now. I love receivers that can find the end zone. Speaking of receivers that find the end zone, Cecil Shorts. This is your big play guy. He's risky because he's either big play or bust, but he continues to be consistent with the big plays. So, Cecil Shorts, number 21. Victor Cruz, 22. 23, Pierre Garcon. Welcome back. Looked really good last week. He is RG3's number 1 weapon. 24, Eric Decker. 25, Torrey Smith. 26, Stevie Johnson. 27, Ryan Broyles. I mentioned him earlier. Detroit's number 2, and he's looking really good. The rookie's having a very nice year since they started giving him playing time. 28, Danny Amendola. Little hampered by that injury, but the guy is a gamer. If he's on the field, more than likely he's in your lineup. 29, Michael Crabtree. 30, Larry Fitz. It's ridiculous to say Larry Fitzgerald's name this low, but that quarterback situation went from bad to worse. 31, Golden Tate. 32, Josh Gordon. I like Josh Gordon's matchup. If you're looking for a flyer this week, Josh Gordon's got a real nice matchup, and he appears to be the biggest playmaker in Cleveland. 33, Steve Smith. 34, Mohamed Sanu. I can almost guarantee he's been the hot pickup of the past week or 2 weeks. He is a huge red zone threat. Other than that, zero value. But it's nice to see Andy Dalton looking to this monster in the end zone, giving you Sanu owners some value. 35, Denarius Moore. 36, Andre Roberts. 37, Mike Williams. 38, Julian Edelman. Gronk goes down. Edelman has found the end zone 2 weeks in a row. Well done. Edelman becomes some sort of a late flyer, a nice sleeper play, and anytime you have Tom Brady throwing you the ball, you have value. 39, Nate Washington. 40, Jeremy Maclin. 41, Anquan Bolden. 42, Santana Moss. 43, Emmanuel Sanders. 44, Lance Moore. 45, Malcolm Floyd. 46, Kenny Britt. 47, Brian Hartline. 48, Devon Bess. 49, Dwayne Bowe. 50, Mario Manningham. 51, Kendall Wright. 52, Mike Wallace. And 53, James Jones. Tight ends, Jimmy Graham, number 1. Number 2, Tony Gonzalez. Number 3, Owen Daniels. Number 4, Aaron Hernandez. Again, you have Tom Brady as your quarterback. Your value is there. I know he didn't look great in his return game, but Hernandez has very, very high value. 45, Brandon Myers. Number 5, Brandon Myers. Number 6, Jermaine Gresham. Number 7, Jason Witten. Number 8, Brandon Pettigrew. Number 9, Greg Olsen. Number 10, Dustin Keller. We have a New York Jets sighting. If Mark Sanchez is throwing to anybody, Keller is their most talented player to throw to. So Keller comes in at number 10. Number 11, Heath Miller. If Big Ben plays, Heath Miller's value jumps up to number 3 or 4. He becomes a huge tight end asset, but Big Ben is still uncertain. 12, Mercedes Lewis. 13, Kyle Rudolph. 14, Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis was 0 catches last week for 0 points. Just can't have that at tight end. Number 15, Dwayne Allen. Number 16, Tony Moeaki. Number 17, Antonio Gates. 18, Dennis Pitta. 19, Dallas Clark. 20, Scott Chandler. 21, Rob Hausler. 22, Logan Paulson. 23, Jermichael Finley. 24, Jared Cook. 25, Brent Selleck. And Colby Fleener, again, keep your eye on him if he's playing or if he's not playing. Fleener, not extreme value. He's going to fall in the 15 to 20 tight end range, but keep an eye on him. Defense. I didn't love any matchups this week. There weren't any that just stood out, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. You need to play them. But I ranked the Texans number 1. Patriots, number 2, they're red hot. They have a pretty favorable matchup facing a rookie quarterback. Number 3, Denver, just because they've been really productive. They're facing a tough offense this week, but Denver still will get after you in the pass rush. Number 4, Arizona. I love their matchup. The Jets are pretty bad. We'll see if the Cardinals can stop them. 49ers, number 5, they play the Rams. Rams have been an improved offense, but the 49ers always strong. 6, Cincinnati. 7, Chicago. Number 8, Carolina's defense isn't great, but Kansas City's offense is really bad. So I'm sure they're a free agent. If you don't feel comfortable with your starting defense, Carolina isn't a bad gamble, just due to the fact they're playing such a horrible offense. Number 9, Baltimore. Is Big Ben going to play? If he doesn't, Baltimore's stock rises into that 1, 2, or 3 spot. Vikings, Green Bay can't block, and Minnesota can rush the passer. Number 11, Seattle. Number 12, Cleveland. 13, Dallas. I'd go Green Bay, number 14. And that's about it. I mean, the rest, you play your defense. There's no real stud matchups out there, and you just roll the dice, gamble a little bit. There you have it, Spud Nation. That's Week 13 Fantasy Football Rankings. Guys, good luck. Get that win. Get into the playoffs. Once you're in the playoffs, brand new season. Any questions, hit me up, Craig@thesportscoach.com. My Twitter handle, @thesportscoach. You find me on YouTube, Facebook, anywhere you guys want. I'm here. Good luck, Week 13. Till next week, Spud Nation. We're out.